friends, it's Jennifer, and welcome to episode 11 of the Real Knitting Podcast. So glad that you're back, or welcome if you're new. Here we talk about all kinds of knitting stuff. We do what I'm working on, what I've finished, but also yoga for knitting and knitting adventures. And I've got a couple of things coming up, and one at the end that you might want to mark your calendars for if you're anywhere near me. So let's get started. I do have a finished object, and I will show you in the bag it's been living in. My little JoJo bags. This is from the Cozy Up Knits Girls, and I have finished my sweet little baby socks. So last week, or 2 weeks ago, when I podcast last time, I showed some little socks that I had finished for James, my big boy, and now here are tiny little socks for John, my little boy. I'm really excited to have them finished. The dog just came out. She came to see what's going on. Poor old girl. Hi, sweet girl. How about see? These are in Diamond Luxury yarns, and I just did a top-down heel flap and gusset. And I kept the 2x2 rib all the way down the top of the sock to make it extra stretchy for little feet. Very simple toe. Yeah, there we go. So that's my little tiny little finished object just in time for fall. I know it's not really time for fall. I think it's like 80 degrees outside right now. But I had my first pumpkin spice latte this morning. First one of the season. Dunkin' Donuts has them if you're into that kind of thing. I get pretty excited when pumpkin spice comes on, and pumpkins and all the fall colors and all the fall things. Excuse me. Other big news, huge news, is that I am designing again. I haven't designed anything. Haven't put out anything since the spring. And a while back, like, I don't know, 6 or 8 months, maybe more, Skacel sent me this lovely yarn, and it's called Simply Worsted, and sent it to me to play with. And of course, that is so my color right there, that beautiful, I don't know, like what do you call this? Like, I don't know. It's a vibrant blue, but it's like a happy sea blue. But anyway, so I'm designing. This is the texture. This is a sweater vest, and it is bottom up. And there is that beautiful texture. You can see it's like slip stitches that have just been cabled over. And it looks complicated and it sounds complicated, but I swear it's not. This is it's 7 stitches across, and it's 6 row repeat, but 4 of those rows are exactly the same, and one of them is just knitting. You can do this. All right, so this is, I think this is gonna be the winged deer sweater vest. Winged Deer is a park near us, and it's over in Johnson City, and they have like they're right on the kind of the river, kind of the lake, kind of where the lake kind of becomes a river. This makes no sense. Whatever. But it's kind of on the river and the lake. I don't know. It's on the water. They have a little beach. They have playgrounds. They have disc golf. They have lots of places to hike. They've got tennis courts, I think, and lots of baseball fields. But great places to hike, and we love going there. And this texture reminds me of the trees and the grasses. This beautiful stitch pattern. Yeah. So hopefully this will finish up. I'll be looking for testers soon. If you are interested in test knitting, it's a worsted weight vest, and I will need all the sizes. I'm doing a size 38 bust. So It'll be fitted in the chest, hopefully a little loose in the belly. We shall see. But that is Simply Worsted by Haiku. Haiku Simply Worsted by Skacel. Skacel, Heather at Skacel actually emailed me and was like, so, can we expect a pattern soon? So that kind of lit a fire under me, and I'm back at it. I'm excited. I'm excited to wear it. It's going to be cozy and squishy, and it's super soft. All right. So also, I still have on the needles because I can't just do one sweater at a time, apparently. I have this, right now I'm just calling it my Trenzor sweater because that is the name of the yarn. And it is also a bottom-up sweater. And this one I'm just sort of, I don't think it's going to be unique enough to even write a pattern about. But it's just a bottom-up sweater. And I'm thinking like elbow-length sleeves. And I haven't gotten a lot done on it since I talked to you all last. But I did cast on for the sleeve, the bottom of the sleeve, the ribbing on the sleeve. Simple 2x2, but I am using the new collage needles that I got last time. The 6-inch size, US size 8, 5mm DPNs collage, the square ones. And I actually really like them. I wasn't sure at first that I was going to. So these little DPNs are kind of sharp, and they're kind of, let's just say there's nothing soft about them. They are sharp. They're edgy. The tips are pretty good, pretty sharp, and it's not really what I'm used to. I do a lot with wooden DPNs, but I like these. These would be great for anything you really have to get that, wiggle that point into. So collage DPNs. And there's just the little sleeve ribbing. And it's just living in a very simple sheer fabric bag. All right. That's all I'm actually working on right now, except I have bought yarn for a new class. I'm offering a class on my Debbie Toboggan, and I'll pop a picture in. The Debbie Toboggan is my first hat pattern, and I think it came out like a year ago. But it is a cabled hat, and in the crown, it'll do either a beanie or a little slouchy hat. But in the crown, all those cables come together, and it almost looks like a flower in the crown. And I'm excited to knit it again because it's been long enough that I'm like, ooh, different, right? I'm offering the class at Yarntiques. And if I'm jumping around a whole lot, I apologize. I am getting ready to start on ADHD meds. I'll let you know how it goes. Focus. Yarntiques in Johnson City. I'll be teaching the Debbie Toboggan. It's September the 14th. And I want to say it's a Wednesday, but it's in the morning, and it's just the one-time class because you have to do some things. You have to do at least the ribbing before you come. But I bought this Juniper Moon Farm Cumulus, which is actually a cotton with a little nylon. And because it's one skein, I don't usually drag out my Swift and ball winder if I'm just doing one skein. But look, I don't know if you can even tell how floofy and soft. It is softer. What is it softer than? It's softer than my flannel sheets. It's softer than the softest pajamas. I'm really excited about this, and I think it'll make a really sweet cabled hats. Candace, who owns Yarntiques, said that she thinks that it will show the cables really well. I have not tried this yarn. It appears to be It almost looks chainette. I'm not entirely sure about that. There it is up close. Juniper Moon Farms. It is the color White Lion. It is 94% cotton and 6% nylon for strength. So this is going to be a Debbie Toboggan. Hopefully I'll get that started soon so that I can sort of knit along with the class I'm teaching. This is kind of a short episode, but it is what it is. So let's do a little yoga. This time we're just going to stretch the Sternocleidomastoid. There is no test here. I may have done this one before. I don't remember. This muscle that runs right down through here from ear down to collarbone is the one we want to stretch. So we're just going to pull down on the collarbone and lift up on the ear, under the ear like this. Maybe pull down a little here in the front of the collarbone and open up. This one is a good one to do for knitters because we're always sort of down. Our faces are down. So let's open the neck and stretch the front of the neck. This big guy that pops out right there. Okay. So Yarny Adventures. Last time I had been to the Smoky Mountain Spinnery in Gatlinburg, and I had also been to the Anything Fiber sale put on by Local Fiber. Hopefully I will be interviewing somebody at Local Fiber soon. I've got to probably run over the mountain and get some footage over there and talk to somebody about what Local Fiber is. But coming up, not this weekend, today is August the 19th, I think. Not this weekend, but the next weekend. There is a retreat that I'm going to be going to in Black Mountain. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys some things. Hang on. You're really looking up at the ceiling. Okay. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys some things from that. I'll be teaching some classes. So I'm doing 2 30-minute classes of yoga for knitters. And then I'm also doing measuring for knitwear, which is just a workshop that I facilitate. If you are interested in that, I will happily do a video on that workshop, and I've got a sheet to download and that sort of thing. I just haven't done it yet. So let me know if that's something that is really interesting to you. Measuring for knitwear. And I'm also going to take a class on locker hooking. So I know a lot of us did latch hooking when we were kids. This is similar but different. So apparently you can use pretty much any fiber. You can use yarns, of course, but you can also use oh shoot, what's it called? Roving. You can use roving. You can use scraps of fabric, all sorts of different things. So I have cleared out my basement, and I'm taking a ton of fabric to one of my friends who is going to be at our retreat, and she has just recently started sewing. So I'm taking her 5 trash bags of fabric out of my basement. Does that tell you what my obsession has been for many years? And now my obsession has shifted, and here we are with knitting. But I'm keeping quite a bit of fabric, but I'm transitioning the bulk of it out, just to make a little space and a little room in our home. Mark your calendars. If you are anywhere near or can get to Asheville, North Carolina, there's a little town outside of Asheville called Fletcher, North Carolina, and the Southeastern Animal Fiber Festival is coming up. It's October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd at the WNC Agricultural Center. And it's like $5 a day to get in, and there are so many vendors, and they have sheep. They have all the woolly things. They have sheep and alpacas and goats. I know technically that's not Wool. Anyway, goats and all the things to pet. And then they also have amazing yarn vendors, amazing spinning things going on, weaving things going on. There's classes. I usually just go and wander through all the vendors and look at things and touch things and learn. It's a great opportunity to learn about different fibers and how they feel and how they work and see all the new stuff. Miss Babs is there usually, and her booth is crazy. So if you want to go, if you want any of Miss Babs, just either get there early on Friday or plan on just waiting in line because she's usually swamped. But it's a great big facility, and so they usually have a conference area, or even maybe it's an arena that they have vendors laid out in, and then they also have a smaller barn behind, and then they have their classes other places. There's just so much to see and do and experience and enjoy. I hope that you can get out for that. That weekend in October is usually kind of cool, and it's a great time to get out with your fibery friends. If you are going to go, message me, and maybe we'll be there at the same time and can hook up. That would be fun. I really don't have a lot else going on this time. I'm hoping to get the hat cast on because that class is coming up very soon. My next beginner's class starts September 2nd. And of course, I love teaching, and so that's pretty fun. Not a whole lot else new and different here. I'd love to hear what's new and different with you, or what's old and the same. Anyway, I'll talk to you all in a couple of weeks. Thank you. Bye.